Welcome back, everyone. This is MandoAllDay back with another video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Mongul. This is the megafig. This is from the Superman villains. I'm not too sure this is a storyline or they're just labeling as a Superman villain. But as always, we're going to be taking a look at the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. But before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box. What the box looks like. The side, the back, which looks very cool. I really like the art piece. The cool thing you could do, I've seen people do, is actually cut it out and have this kind of a display on the wall, which looks pretty cool. I might do that for this one. The other side, top and bottom. Alright, and then let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, they do come with a card, so the front of the card looks like, which I really like the art piece. The back of the card. And no accessories, and of course it does come with a regular stand. So let's take a look at Mongul, and I gotta say, oh, and he fell. Let me fix this character really quick here. Oh, there you go. So, in terms of Mongul, I gotta say, he looks really cool. Just look at the face detail. The sculpture on the face looks really good. The paint, the red paint eyes looks really good. That teeth, just look at that teeth. It's all defined as well too. The grin on his face. Again, look at that vein right here. I gotta say, the head sculpture, it is top notch. And again, that's just the face. Then you got this other design here as well too. Just look at all that. All on that head sculpture looks very cool. Very clean, very basic, but again, that face expression looks really good, man. Head articulation, it is a bit limited. Mine's a little stiff, so keep that in mind. So left and right, it could be just my figure, but it's limited. Up, down, it's okay. So in terms of the head articulation, it's not the best, but the detail on the face looks fantastic. I really like this head sculpt. Just look at that. Look at that detail in the teeth. Tell me that don't look really dope. Just look at that. Look at that frown right there. It was so good. Shoulder articulation, it's good. There is no bicep. There is elbow, which if I can show you, mine's a little stiff. So there we go. Yeah, mine's a little stiff, so be aware of that. And in terms of the wrist articulation, there is, but mine is very, there you go, you can see. There you go. There is some, again, there is articulation, just mine's very stiff right now. So in terms of arm articulation, unfortunately, I can't show you right now because it gets very stiff and I don't want to break it, but there is shoulder and there is no bicep. But in terms of the arm detail, just look at the bicep and all the veins look very cool, man. Also, here's gauntlet as well too. Again, it has that green with a dark green, but it looks like it's brushed. You can see that right there in terms of the paint. But I do like the design though. I wish it was this was like glow in the dark, or this was glow in the dark, I should say. Similar to it is right there. I wish this was glow in the dark. That would have been really cool. This right here, sorry. It would have been really cool. But in terms of the arm detail, really good detail. Sculpture, it's good. And it also has this kind of skin textured material. You can see that right there. Even better. Also, it's even more present right here in the back. So overall, though, the arm is very defined, very muscular, and definitely arms are very veiny. Torso, there is articulation. It doesn't have your typical torso articulation, just one piece. Usually it's kind of like two, when I'll show you a little bit with Darkseid and of course the regular figs, but it has one piece, but there is articulation though. That's good. But even the upper body, very defined, very muscular. Also, you have your green, and you got his armor pieces right here too. Again, always use that blue. There's like a navy blue or dark blue. And of course, that silver looks very good. Here's the back of it. Again, more detail on the back of it. Again, I'm not familiar with Superman lore or this character. So I know this is a Superman villain. So I'm not familiar with Mongul. So I don't know, you guys maybe let me in the comment section in terms of what this is exactly. But very cool looking, man. And this actually moves too. It's not glued in. But again, very detailed in that sculpture right there. And the back is very plain, similar to the front. but you get a little bit of design right there. And so overall, the upper body looks fantastic, man. Fantastic, especially that face looks really, really, really good. I cannot stop looking at it. It's just so detailed in that face sculpture. I really dig this head sculpture. Let's take a look at the belt. The belt, nice clean looking. I like the silver. Again, very detailed. There's a lot of texture to it, which I really like. Because again, it stands out. So little things like this, and again, I'm not familiar with it, so I don't know if this is how it looks like in the comics, but little things like this in detail just make the figure stand out even more. I really dig the silver. It looks really good. Leg articulation, mine's a little stiff right now, but there is. Knees, wow. There you go. Good. Ankles, good. Toes, there you go. Good. So leg articulation's good. Toes good and everything in terms of leg articulation. But again, very masculine. He does not skip leg day. Just look at that. Very defined thighs. You got a little bit of texture here on the side. And then hamstrings are, again, very defined, very masculine. Very clean looking, but again, very defined, very very toned legs, man. I really like it. Then you got the armor piece right there too on the boots. Look really cool. I like it. And then with that bright silver paint, it just looks really good. And you got the little, I don't know if it's like a zipper design right here, but again, looks very cool. And the shoes are just plain looking, not much. But again, that paint with the boot looks cool. And on top of that, the color of it too, from the boots to go here, silver to purple, looks very good. Now, one thing that I did notice too is that also the upper body should be purple. If you notice here, this is purple bicep, but yet. So leave it in the comment section if, you know, maybe this is another alternative look to Mongul. Again, I'm not familiar with the Superman lore, but let me know if this may be an alternative look to Mongul in terms of him showing his bicep or his arms, because in the image here, he has his bicep painted purple. Obviously, there's no paint, very veiny, but the upper body is blue, which, again, this is purple. So, not a big deal, but something that I noticed. But overall, though, fantastic looking figure, man. I really like this figure. Very defined, very masculine, meaty. The one thing I will kind of negative, though, is it doesn't have a lot of weight to it. It's not light, but Bane is heavier than this, so it's kind of unfortunate. Something to notice it right away. But apart from that, really cool looking figure, man. And of course, the main question is this worth it? Should you go out and get this figure? Now, to me, I would say this is where it gets difficult, because I like this figure and I want to give it praises, but this is $40, and I say this because, yeah, this is $40. There's another king of megafigs that's $40, and you get more value for money, more figure for money, as you can say. So I'm kind of fixing it. But to answer the question, is this worth the $40? Very detailed. Man, look, to me, I think a fair price would have been $35. I know you probably need to watch this video and thumbs up what I just said, but look, I like this figure. Thumbs up for me. Fantastic figure. I'd highly recommend getting this figure. Especially it's not a Batman related villain. So I like the figure. My big issue is it's $40. I say $40 because I'll show you guys in a bit a $40 megafig. When you think of megafig, you think of something big. And to me, again, similar to Killer Croc, where it's a cool looking figure, but for $40, well, let me compare the two. Maybe I change my mind. Yeah, no, I'm not going to change my mind. I'm still going to believe the same thing. I think for $40, it's a little too much. For me, I think a fair price is $35. If you can get it for $35, you're good to go. I paid $35 for it because they had it on sale on the McFarlane website. So for me, $35 that I paid for, I think it's a fair price. If you were to get it for $30, definitely recommend getting it for $30. That's a really good deal. Obviously, anything below that, it's a steal. So anyway, so overall, I like the figure. Definitely recommend getting it, but just for $35. Now, obviously, I did Killer Croc right here. I made a video on Killer Croc not long ago, so you can see the height difference. Killer Croc is about, well, in this angle in the video, it looks like he's a little taller, but when you see in person, it's about the same height. But the weight difference is, though, much heavier. Killer Croc is a lot heavier than Mongul. So keep that in mind. Then we got a side view on there so you can see the side comparison. Both are massive figures. I like the figures. They're both really, really cool. All right, now let's take a look at Necron here, or Headache, because he keeps falling, and also too this whole piece keeps warping. But anyways, there you can see Necron, and yes, Necron is taller. He is less he's more bony, as you can see, but a lot more detail in that figure. But nonetheless, so fantastic figure. You can see the size comparisons, and then the side view. Both Necron and Mongul. You can just look at his bicep and look at Mongul's. It's like 2 or 3 of Necron's bicep for one of Mongul. Now let's take a look at. He's probably gonna fall, I bet. Yep, he's gonna fall. There we go. Let's take a look at another Superman villain. You got Darkseid and of course Mongul. This is Darkseid from the, I believe this is from the movie, right? The Zack Snyder. Yeah, it is. It is from the movie. Yeah, it's from the Zack Snyder movie, the Justice League. Darkseid, megafig, and of course Mongul. I like that armor piece. I like that blue. It looks very good. There's a lot of detail on that figure. And of course Mongul. Side view. They're about the same height. Both look really good. Again, that blue armor just really, really pops. Very defined. A lot of detail on that, on the armor pieces. And of course, we'll do a regular figure just for comparison. Here we have, I believe it's Ghostmaker. Yeah, it's Ghostmaker. It's from the Batman. You see the height difference. Obviously, he's a lot shorter than Mongul. And it will do a side view, which hopefully doesn't fall. You can see the height difference is really, really big difference in terms of Ghostmaker and Mongul. And we'll do a comparison to Superman here. This is from the Hush storyline, and this is the gold label McFarlane online website store only, which I've been hearing it's been sold out. I'm hoping they do restock, because some of you have been wanting it, and I got completely lucky and I got one. So anyways, you see the height difference in terms of Superman and Mongul. And let's do a side angle. You can see the height difference. Mongul's definitely massive compared to Superman. All right, now let's take a look at someone who just announced that they're going to be coming back. If you don't know what I'm referring to, you got Henry Cavill coming back for playing Man of Steel. So you got Henry Cavill, black suit Superman, and Mongul, just for comparison's sake. Really cool figure. I really like that figure, especially the costume and the detail. The side view. Right there. The height difference. And last but not least, of course, I had to bring this figure up. I know some of you might be like, oh, always this figure. Hey, McFarlane set the bar high. Don't blame me. McFarlane brought this figure. He introduced a megafig, and he brought this one. And he set the bar so high that it's so difficult to pass it. But of course, Joker Titan. So there you go. We got Joker Titan and of course Mongul. Now the reason I say the pricing, to me, Joker Titan is the best. The best price for figure, I guess. I don't know how you want to word it, but in short, for $40 you get this megafig compared to this one. You know, detailed, maybe more defined on this one, but look at the height difference. There's more figure for your money. There you go. That's what I wanted to say. So again, Joker Titan, megafig, $40. You tell me which is a better deal. And a side view, which I hope he doesn't fall, so you guys can see the difference in terms of he's gonna fall. That's the only downside of this figure, is that he's pretty tall and he's a bit heavy on the upside. But look at the difference in terms of height. And again, that's why when I always say like megafig is worth the $40, something like this, or a Killer Croc, you guys can see why. This is a megafig. This is one of the first ones that came out, $40. And he set the bar high. McFarlane did. But regardless though, really good figure. And of course, like I said, we'll start putting the other figure away. He's gonna fall. I'll put it down. As I stated, is this worth the purchase of $40? Personally, for me, I would say wait off to a sale. If you can get it for $35 like I did, definitely get it for $35. I think that's a fair price. I believe if you go to the McFarlane store website, you can get it for $35, or you can get this one and Frankenstein for $35 each. And to me, that's a really good deal for a mega fig like this. Because again, as you saw with Joker Titan, to me that's a mega fig. This to me is like a regular fig, just enlarged. But regardless, though, thumbs up for me. Highly recommend getting this figure. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me in this figure? Do you plan to purchase this figure? Or did you already purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So it includes an overview of Mongul, the Megafig. This is Superman villains, and on to the next one.